We're going to start creating a pattern using basic Photoshop shapes. First of all, we need to create a new document. Then we're going to enter 100 pixels for the width and height. The document size will determine the size of the tile. The tile as block. When we divide our document into small squares, each square is called a tile, which will affect pattern repeats in the document. Since a smaller tile will need more repetition to fill the same amount of space than a larger one. Okay, we're going to open Photoshop, then from File, click New, change the name of your file to be Shapes. Okay, we're gonna keep the custom, then from width it should be 100, height will be 100, resolution will be 72. For the background we're going to select transparent. Last session we selected white background. This time we're gonna keep a transparent background as we're going to add a background color later on. Click OK. Now we're having a very small document. To zoom in and increase the size of the document by zooming in, we're going to hold Control and the plus sign. Okay, to zoom in. To zoom out, we're going to hold Control and the minus sign. Okay. Now we're going to add guides. What are guides? Guides are two lines that will divide our document in half, okay, like the x-axis and the y-axis. How can we add guides? From view, okay, select new guide, okay, select the orientation to be horizontal or vertical. We're going to select horizontal, and the position, it should be 50%. We need to divide our document in half, so make it 50%. Click OK. Then we're going to add the vertical one. From view again, click new guide and vertical. Again it should be 50%. Click OK. If you have any problem with the color of your guide, move to Edit, scroll down to Preference, select Guides, and from here you can change the color. We're going to change it to black. Okay. Then we're going to draw a circle here in the middle. So right click this one and select elliptical tool. Place your mouse here in the intersection point of the two lines. While holding Alt Shift, move out with your mouse to draw a neat circle. Don't worry about the size of the circle. Remember, we already zoomed it in a lot. From Edit, Fill, we're going to change the color of the circle to be black. Okay. Then we're going to click Ctrl D to deselect your circle or your shape. Okay, remember that we already zoomed it in, so the edges are somehow pixeled. Okay, when we zoom out again, everything will be okay. Step number 5, duplicate the layer. Move to Photoshop, right click layer 1, click duplicate layer. Okay, now you're having a new copy of layer 1. Step number 6 will be offset filter. The offset filter moves or offsets the content of the layer by a specific number of pixels, horizontally or vertically or both. When creating simple repeating patterns like the one we are doing here, you will want to enter half the width of your document in the horizontal input box and half height of your document into the vertical input box. Moving to the Photoshop, from filter, we're going to select other, then offset, and changing the horizontal to the half of the width, which is 50. Remember, the size of our document is 100 by 100. So we're going to divide the document or offset the document by 50% of the horizontal or the width and 50% of the height. Click OK and make sure that you're selecting wrap around from here. Okay, now we're going to save our step number 7 will be define the tile as a pattern. So from edit, select define pattern, and we're gonna keep its name as shapes. Step number 8 will be creating a new document to use the pattern we made. From file, new document. This time we're gonna make the width 1000 and the height will be 1002, and we're gonna keep the 72. The background this time will be a white background, and click OK. Step number 9 will be adding a new layer to place our pattern on the new layer. So step 9, add a new layer. From the icon we're having here, we're going to create a new layer. Now we're having an empty layer above the background layer. We need to fill layer 1 with the pattern we just created. So from edit, click fill, select pattern, and from the drop down menu here, select the circle pattern we just created. Click OK. Once we click OK, Photoshop fills the blank layer in the document with the circle pattern, repeating the tile as many times as needed. Now we're going to learn how to change the color of our pattern. First of all, we need to change the white background color. We can change the white background color from edit, fill, and select any color for the background. But we're having a flexible tool called fill layer, and I'm going to tell you later on why it's more flexible than fill. So select the background color, select the background layer from the icon here, click, select solid color, select the color you need. Okay. click OK. Now we're having a new layer placed it above the background layer that blocked the white background. Okay. Now we need to change the color of the circles in our pattern. So again, select layer 1 from the icon here, select solid color and select a color for the circles. Click OK. Now we're having a new layer here that blocking all the layers in our document. What should we do? We need to tell Photoshop that we need to change only the color of the circles in layer 1 pattern. What should we do? We're gonna use the clip mask. Okay. Now we clipped the color of the fill layer in the circle using the clipping mask tool. We can change the color of our pattern by clicking the fill layer here, double click the fill layer and select any color we need, the same as here. Okay. That's why we said using the fill layer method is easier and more than using the normal fill way from the edit menu. Now we're going to learn how to create pattern in Photoshop using custom shapes. First of all, we need to create a new document. Name it custom shapes. Okay, and the preset will be custom, and this one will be 100 by the width will be 100 and the height 100. 72 will be the same. We're going to transparent again. Okay, again we're going to zoom in using Control and plus sign, and we're going to create the guides. View, new guides. Okay, the vertical will be 50%. Okay, the horizontal will be the same, the vertical 50%. Okay, now we're going to choose the shape from here, right click. Okay, move down, select the last one, custom shape tool. We're having different types of shapes, shape, path, and pixels. If you need to create a pattern of custom shapes, they should be of pixels type. Okay, from the drop down menu here, you're going to select your shape. I'm going to select the heart. As we did in the basic shapes, you're going to place your mouse here in the intersection point, holding shift and control to create a neat shape, moving out by the mouse. Now we're going to duplicate the layer, right click, duplicate layer. Okay, then we're going to offset to repeat the same shape from filter, other, offset, and make sure to select warp around, and horizontal should be 50 and vertical should be 50. Click OK. Now we need to define our pattern from edit, define pattern. We're gonna keep it custom shapes. Okay, create a new file. This time we're going to make the width 1000 and the height 1000. Click, and this one will be white. Click OK. Then we're going to create a new layer from here. Here we have a new layer. We're going to fill our layer with the pattern we just created. Now we're going to fill layer 1 with the pattern we just created. Instead of using the fill command from the edit menu, we're going to use the paint bucket tool. You're gonna find it here. Right click, paint bucket tool. Make sure that layer 1 is selected. Then click the layer here. The pattern will be pasted on the layer. We're going to add colors to our pattern using the same way as we did in the basic shape. Make sure to select the background. From here you're going to select fill layer, click solid color, select any background shape, click OK. Then if we need to change the color of the heart, again select layer 1, click here, solid color, make it green. OK. Right click the fill layer and create clipping mask. For your assignment, you will be asked to create a pattern using custom shapes or using basic shapes. Make sure to color your pattern and save your project as a JPG or PNG. Then upload your image on Google Classroom. Next week, inshallah, we're having a quiz. The quiz covered materials will be uploaded on Moodle. Good luck. Thank you so much.